for Wiz Khalifa. Don't really care for Wiz Khalifa, but hey. I mean, I don't know if I care for him or not. It's really not my age group, I'll put it that way. And when I did like Wiz Khalifa, it's when he was underground, or what they would call, when he was making mixtapes. That's when he was real cool. But I'm in stop and go traffic as usual in my city. It's going to be much worse tomorrow because school starts back tomorrow. Yippee skippy. So I homeschool, so it won't matter to me. My kids don't start officially back to school until after Labor Day. And we don't go any longer than the other kids because we're only required to do 180 days, I think it is. So we stop a little right around the 1st of June, and we go back the day after Labor Day. So anyways, just wanted to come on here and I don't know, just kind of do my usual ranting. You guys know how much I love to rant. Got a lot of issues going on in the world. Racial issues. This is becoming the fucking new norm for us here in America and abroad, really, because there's stuff going on all over the world. A lot of people say, that our ancestors are returning through us. And so if that is the truth for the melanated beings and people of color, then that's also true for the melanin recessive and Caucasian people. Their ancestors are also rising up in them, and that's why you see such a blatant show of racism. I personally feel like it's fake news. You guys know how I think. Anything that CNN and Fox News is covering, I don't tend to believe, because I just feel like, what's the point? What's the point of believing this shit when half of the time they're just telling us a bunch of lies? Giving us their narrative, their stories, and you see the pictures of the black lady standing up against the white guy in the Klan, and, with the balled up face and everything. And I'm just like, seriously, it's just fake news, pretty much. And then, I saw something where Kim Jong-un is, or whatever the hell his name is missing now. I'm just like, what is going on? Like, are we living in the fucking Twilight Zone? Like, it's just never a dull moment. So, you have to keep your frequencies high. You have to keep your, energy source at a very decent level. You can't let things get to you during this time. You can't let all this stuff that you see, because whatever is driving us in this reality, whatever this beast is, this system, this chaotic thing that keeps us in this, in this situation, is nothing but, a spirit that is feeding off of us, and it's feeding off of our negative emotions. That's why we're in this situation of working and paying bills and all this kind of stuff. And some of us, I know me personally, like every morning it's a fight to go to work, because I'm just tired of working. I'm tired of the system. I'm tired of, not doing the things that I want to do, because I have to work to pay bills. Like, it's not conducive for us to be living this way. And so, and I don't think we were ever supposed to live this way. We were supposed to be able to enjoy, Wi-Fi electricity, Wi-Fi internet, Wi-Fi, free water, not Wi-Fi water, but free water. Those are the things that this planet gave to us for free. And the powers that be decided to put a price tag on it. So We're paying for everything. We're paying to live. No other species on this planet pays to live but us. So while we have the white nationalists and the Black Lives Matter movement, which all are both funded by the same people, George Soros, if you have both of these groups fighting against each other and going around pulling down statues all over the place, I mean, like, what the fuck is that going to do? Like, taking the statues down, is that going to end white supremacy? No. What's going to end white supremacy is for all the races to realize that we've been feeding the beast, and that includes the white race too. Because if you're not a fan or a supporter of white supremacy, we don't do anything to dismantle it. Not doing anything to dismantle it is being a supporter of it. And so far, I'm even a supporter of white supremacy because I am not partnering with my community to build our own. You know, there are parts of the United States that Asians own, like whole blocks. They have stores, they have grocery stores, they have doctor's offices, and it is all their race of people. The same thing with the Mexicans, same thing with, you know, not just Asians. When I say Asians, I mean Koreans, I mean Japanese, Chinese, all those Asian races. You know, they have parts of different cities and areas that they own. Black people in America need to have our own, just like we did after slavery. We need to have our own, but we depend on every other race to do and support for us. And then when things don't go the way that we feel that they should, or we're treated in a certain way, then we want to be angry. But this is what's been going on century after century. So in essence, we are all supporters of white supremacy, including white people that say they're not prejudiced or they're not racist. Just because you have black friends or you have a black wife or you even have mixed children, if you're not doing anything to dismantle the system, then you're a supporter. So that's just my take on that. Now to more interesting things, because all of this shit doesn't even fucking matter to me. I mean, I just can't. I just can't with the bullshit. But anyways, more importantly, spiritually, I've been hearing so many things about this eclipse. So many weird situations people are finding themselves in as it relates to this eclipse. A lot of fear mongering. Some people are happy. Some people are excited. Some people are afraid. Some people just don't know what to expect. And, you know, I've been on YouTube for just a little while as it relates to making my own videos, because I told you guys I stopped making videos because people are fucking crazy on YouTube, and I don't believe that they're people anyways. There's some sort of other entity that, you know, is just crazy. Like, there's a whole sect of just, I don't even know what kind of beings they are, but they just get it in when it comes, you know, to being rude and mean to people. But I follow Bluebeard, which most of you who are Mandela affected, you follow Bluebeard as well. He's one of the biggest contributors on YouTube, as far as I'm concerned, to the Mandela effect. And I don't know if you guys had an opportunity to see his video that he did about verse 3, where he was taken to an alternative universe and there were dinosaurs there, and there were, just all this stuff. So, you know, the way I see it is, it seems like to me that he was time jumping more so than, you know, I think that this man is maybe time jumping, and he doesn't know that, you know, they're jumping him through time or whatever. But he's not the only one, because there were other people there, as he said. And at first, when I first heard him give this story, I was like, okay, is he lying? You know, like, is he just shooting the shit with us to get more views or whatever? But the second video that I heard him discuss it, I could hear the fear, and I could feel the hurt, and I just could feel his emotions, like, to the point where my spirit knew that this man is not lying. This man is actually telling the truth. And that, you know, that kind of like sends me into a different mindset as it relates to the Mandela effect, as it relates to the dimensional changes, and even as it relates to current events. Because if people are being pushed into dimensions where there are dinosaurs eating people alive, and I remember when I first became conscious, before I even knew anything about the Mandela effect, before I even realized that I was being affected, I had a guy that I went on his videos, his YouTube channel, and he was talking about getting yourself together, becoming a vegan, getting your body cleaned up, because there are going to be entities that are going to be coming into our realm that will literally eat your body and your soul alive. And now here you have this man saying that he actually was somewhere in another verse and universe, or another multiverse, or whatever it is, and he actually witnessed people being eaten alive, just like I saw on that previous video. These people have nothing to do with the other. This man is not a Mandela effect. He doesn't give information on the Mandela effect. They are two totally separate situations and videos. So that was pretty bizarre to me. Weird things that have been happening in my world as it relates to the Mandela effect. These phones and these computers are literally like interfacing with our brains. The artificial intelligence is, in my opinion, becoming dangerous. It seems like the phones, the TVs, no matter if they're flat or flat screen or old school TVs, even the electronics seem to be getting an upgrade from whatever energy is giving us our upgrades, because we know we're getting upgrades, but we don't, some of us don't fully understand it. Some of us don't know, but it seems like the electronics are being upgraded as well. The other day, I sat my phone down and I literally saw like a white haze or some type of white smoke coming off my phone when I sat it down. I can be thinking of something that I want to Google. I am only thinking it. I type in one word into Google, like today. I wanted to know, do you need an attorney to file bankruptcy? Okay. I typed in, do you? And the rest of it popped up. Need a bank. And I'm sitting here looking like, how the fuck does Google know what I'm thinking? So, our computers and these phones are interfacing with us. They know, they always say that our brain is like a computer. Obviously it is, because it can be programmed to do whatever you want it to do. But literally this computer knew what I was going to type in before I typed it in. I'm still having the issues with the damn poltergeist shit with the TV, where the TV is illuminating at nighttime and it's not been on in days. I've gotten to the point now where I turn the TV around. I don't even have it facing me at all. I haven't had a mirror in my room. I have a mirror in my room, but I don't have it posted up on my dresser, because the mirror itself actually fell out of the part that it goes into, but it didn't break. But as I thought about it, because my boyfriend was over yesterday and he just had this, notion to rearrange my room. And so in the process of him doing that, I just started, thinking about where he wanted to put the mirror. And I told him, I don't want you to put it back up. And I thought about mirrors, and I thought about how a lot of people say that mirrors are portals. I've actually seen people do witchcraft and use mirrors as a means of getting their spell or whatever it is done. But when I thought about it, because we all want to think that people that do witchcraft are evil or whatever. I don't have an issue with people that do witchcraft. I just have an issue with people that do witchcraft to hurt other people. If you're doing it to gain wealth, if you're doing it to, you know, make the earth a better place, you know, to make somebody's life better, I can understand doing that, or coming up against, you know, the powers that be, so to speak. But when you're just doing it for dumb reasons, and I know I said on a previous video, I made a reference to Haitians and Africans. That's not all Haitians, that's not all Africans. So please don't take that the wrong way, like I'm coming against Haitians or Africans. I would never come against my people, or you know, I was married to a Haitian guy who had absolutely nothing to do with witchcraft at all. I mean, at least I didn't know about it if he did. There's some things that are questionable, but I never saw him actually doing any type of witchcraft, and his family were sternly against it because of all the horrible things that they have seen done to people in Haiti. So definitely not putting that off on anybody. But back to the mirrors, I started thinking about when you buy a bedroom suit for your room, there's always a mirror that comes with the set. You can get the dresser, the headboard, the mirror, and the bed frame. But the mirror is always a part of the package. And when you think about where the mirror sits, most of us have our mirrors in the bedroom, facing the bed, or facing the side, whatever. It's always facing us as we're sleeping and we're dreaming. So if people are using mirrors as witchcraft portals, isn't it odd that we all have mirrors in our room? Isn't it odd that we all have that our sets that we buy always comes with the mirror? Never think about these type of things until you're actually, you know, dealing with, I guess, improving your life as it relates to not having, you know, reversing spells and getting an understanding of what's really going on. I follow a lady on Facebook and YouTube called Floorburn. Some of you probably follow Floorburn. She's awesome. But she said something the other day that really sort of jolted me and made me think. And I want you guys to kind of comment, because you know I love your comments. I love your feedback. But she said deja vu, which you know I've discussed on previous videos. Deja vu is not a good thing, because it means that they have somewhat switched up a timeline on you. And you know, we are Mandela affected, but from what I can see and from what I understand, these things have been occurring. We just were not noticing it, and it wasn't as frequent. We just weren't noticing it, or we just weren't paying attention. But now that we're more awake and the universe is, you know, giving us, you know, signs and showing us what's going on, we know now that it's going on. But she said it's not a good thing because, you know, they've switched a timeline on you when you're doing something that you've already done before. Seven Bomar said that your dreams are your reality, your actuality, and your everyday life